Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. I remember the sound first, the steady beep of the monitor, the ragged breath of my baby, the click of the clock above her hospital crib. Time felt cruel. Then every second that passed was one she might not survive, and my mother-in-law stood in the corner, wringing her hands like some trembling saint, whispering prayers to a God she didn't believe in. The doctor looked at me, then at her. "Your daughter is already gone," he said. My mother-in-law gasped, voice cracking. "What? You're joking, right?" I didn't answer. I just watched her, because I'd already stopped believing in jokes. She wasn't always a monster. When I first met her, she was warmth wrapped in smiles, the kind of woman who baked extra cookies for the neighbors and touched your arm when she spoke, as if anchoring you in affection. She called me her second daughter. I believed her. Back then, I was naive enough to think love and marriage meant safety. When I gave birth, she moved in to help. She said I'd need rest. She said she'd handle the nights. I thought she was a blessing. Then the crying started. It began with murmurs in the dark. "She's spoiled," she'd mutter when the baby whimpered. "She just wants attention." I ignored it, sleep-deprived, hormonal, desperate for peace. But then I noticed bruises on my daughter's tiny arms. She said it was from her jewelry, that she'd hugged the baby too tightly. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. Until that night. I woke to silence, the kind that feels wrong. My instincts dragged me out of bed. The nursery light was on, dim yellow. My mother-in-law stood over the crib, whispering something sharp under her breath. When I stepped closer, she froze. I had to shut her up, she hissed. She wouldn't stop crying. Then I saw my baby, face pale, lips trembling, foam at her mouth. Everything after that was a blur of sirens, hospital corridors, and questions that burned. The doctor's voice slicing through me. "Your daughter is already gone." And her gasp, that fake, trembling disbelief. "What? You're joking, right?" But I wasn't the one who spoke next. The officer did. "We'll need you to come with us." Her face drained of color. She looked at me for help. I didn't move. People say grief consumes you. They're wrong. It refines you, boils away weakness. In that sterile hospital room, as machines clicked and my daughter's body cooled, I made a promise. She would never rest. I didn't scream, didn't cry. I planned. The trial was a circus. Her sobbing, her shaking, her "I didn't mean to." The lawyer painted her as old, frail, confused. The judge gave her 5 years, suspended sentence, community service. 5 years for a 1-month-old's life. Justice, they called it, but I had a different definition. I stayed quiet for months, let her think I'd broken. She bragged to neighbors about how I forgave her. I smiled when I passed her in the market. I sent birthday cards. I played the grieving mother who'd moved on. What she didn't know was that I'd been collecting copies of the hospital reports, a hidden recording from that night, her own words, that chilling whisper. I had to shut her up. Photos of the bruises she said were from her bracelets. I leaked everything anonymously, one drop at a time. The video reached her church, her friends, her employer. Whispers followed her like shadows. Then came the petition, neighbors demanding the case be reopened. The media picked it up. Her face was everywhere. The police came again. This time, there was no suspended sentence. The last time I saw her was in court. She was smaller, somehow, deflated. When she looked at me, there was no plea in her eyes, just realization that I'd done what she never expected. She mouthed, "Why?" I leaned closer. "Because you thought I'd stay silent." The verdict came, guilty, second-degree murder. She wept, begging for mercy, but the only sound I heard was the echo of that night, her voice slicing through the dark. I had to shut her up. Now she's the one who won't wake up crying. So tell me, did I go too far, or did justice finally arrive exactly when it was needed?